Hey, this is JJ here with your Creative Energy Report for February 11th through 17th. I am your abundant artist mentor, helping you to create a business that is satisfying, that is successful without the burnout. And as I mentioned last week, the energy that's occurring last week into this week is one that might make you feel kind of burnt out. There might be a lot of uncertainty and fear of rejection and feeling like, oh, things are never going to change. Looking back on all the things that haven't worked for you in the past and going, oh, I'm just worried it's going to always be this way. And that is not a way to build a successful and satisfying business, staying wallowing in that energy that's here. So as I mentioned last week, the first couple days this week, we're still in that energy. And so it's not about staying stuck there. It's about using that energy to propel you forward, to make a change, to sort of have a mini revolution in your life. So it's again, not staying there, but actually leaning into your logic and your principles. So when I say logic, I don't mean trying to use your own brain to come up with systems. When we're in this energy of chaos, that's never a good idea. And by the way, our minds usually work better for other people than for ourselves. So instead of trying to figure things out, even though you might have that urge to, it's about really leaning into professionals and voices of experience, people who have been there, done that, or people you hire, coaches, mentors, old teachers that really have things figured out, and leaning into their wisdom, their systems. So leaning into their logic. Also, your principles. What are your values? What are your principles around creativity that can help move you forward in a new direction and take on these new systems that are really going to help, again, to move you into the future? So it's not about staying stuck in the fear and uncertainty. It's about going, okay, here it is. And this is what I don't want. I don't want the fear and uncertainty. So what do I want? And how can I move forward in alignment with my principles, using logic to move me ahead toward my future? Then the energy shifts a little bit on February 13th. Excuse me, I've got a hair tickling me. So February 13th through the 17th, the bulk of this energy, there's going to be some peaks and valleys of emotion, which makes sense if you've come out of this experience of sort of pessimism and anxiety from the previous week. There might be some peaks and valleys in your emotions in the subsequent days of this week. And it's really important. It's a great time for creativity. Let me just say, it's a fabulous time for creativity because this energy is asking you to use that emotional fuel as inspiration for your work. So I want you to use your emotions for inspiration. The shadow side, the downside, what you don't want to use these emotions for is making decisions. You don't want to use them to react to things and make decisions, because what might happen during this time is you might either, your emotions might be telling you to totally hide out, or they might be telling you to say, yes, yes, do everything, get into motion, keep going. And we don't want either of those. This week is really asking you for finding that Goldilocks. I've used that expression on occasion before. Goldilocks, not too much, not too little. And if you're in the emotional world, you're probably going to be swinging between too much and too little. And really, it's about checking in, getting centered in yourself, checking in with your body and going, what is just right? What is my the best level of commitment for me? You don't want to get burnt out, and you don't want to withdraw either. So over commitment, you don't want to overextend yourself. And again, you don't want to overexpress your emotions. You don't want them exploding out of you, nor do you want to stuff them down. You want to use them for inspiration. That's really for a creative, a just right type of use for emotions. So I hope this energy report has been useful to you, beneficial to you. I know it works for me in my life to sort of get a sense of things, know what's on the horizon, and again, how to best use that energy to support me in my creative work and in my business. So I'd love to hear from you. If you have a comment, please leave it. If you're in social media, I'd love to hear from you. And if you're getting my creative energy report through my newsletter, you can go ahead and respond to the newsletter as well. So again, I hope this has been useful. Until next time, I'm JJ, your abundant artist mentor. Stay inspired.